For years now, politicians have been talking about redeveloping the area in and around Madison Square Garden. And a little while ago, Governor Cuomo, sent out a message that he was interested in getting into the budget, the state budget, a redevelopment plan for the blocks surrounding Madison Square Garden, redeveloping it. And a lot of people pushed back saying, whoa, wait a minute. Is this just a quick affront to Mayor Bill de Blasio? However, some point to the success that Governor Cuomo had getting the Cuomo Bridge done in record time on budget. So the question is, now that it is not slated to be in the budget, did he back off too fast? John Cuomo has the full story. John, what do you got for us?
Bill, Governor Cuomo flexed his muscles, but in this case, they weren't strong enough. During budget negotiations in Albany, the governor pushed for the state to take control of several blocks of prime Manhattan real estate using eminent domain. We're talking about the area around Penn Station, specifically 8th to 6th Avenues between West 34th and 32nd Streets. Cuomo wanted to seize this land to build skyscrapers that would generate billions of dollars in tax revenue that would then be used to improve Penn Station. We can all agree Penn Station needs help. But many politicians, including Mayor de Blasio, were outraged by the idea. What about environmental reviews? What about input from the community? And what precedent does it set for future land grabs?
I do have an issue, and I think it sets an extraordinarily dangerous precedent, not just for the Penn Station area, for all of New York City, and I would argue for any city or any town in the state. If the state of New York can reach in and start telling us what we get to decide about our own land, our own land use decisions, our own future, it's very, very dangerous, Brian.
Now, Bill, as the budget negotiations played out, it turns out Governor Cuomo didn't have enough support from upstate politicians either. So the idea, it appears, is dead for now, but Cuomo's ongoing feud with de Blasio is certainly alive and well. Bill, back to you.
Let's bring in the A-plus panel for tonight's show. I'm joined by pop culture expert Lisa Durden. Always good to see you, Lisa.
Of course.
And political strategist and chief of staff for Congressman Tom MacArthur, Frank Luna, back with us. Good to see you, Frank. Bill. Republican strategist Jeanette Hoffman, also back. Good to see you, Jeanette.
Thanks, Bill.
Jeanette, start with you. All I hear is he suffered a political defeat having to pull back on this, yet Madison Square Garden, Penn Station, that whole area remains in desperate need of help.
Yeah, you said it, Bill. Desperate need. I mean, I think everyone can agree that whole area around Penn Station is a hellhole. I think Governor Cuomo would be great to redevelop it. I trust him more than I trust Mayor de Blasio. I mean, just look at the Cuomo Bridge. I mean, it was done in record time, and most people view it as a success story.
Frank, I'm gonna take you for a limited government guy, but I got to tell you, it seems to me that if the state had money to invest and they could return on that billions of dollars that could alleviate taxpayers' burdens for the middle and working class, I'd love to see the state come in and do it.
These guys need to get their act together. They need to get on the same page, and they need to come together and actually produce for the people who visit and live in that area. You go anywhere in New York City right now, it's filled with scammers and pickpockets, and it's a hot mess. I won't even go there, and I have no interest in hearing about this food fight that these guys can't get out of.
Lisa, what do you think? Fair to the people that live there for the state to come in and say, that's it, we're buying it, we're going to make it happen?
No, I think he's right. You should be on the same page. I think Cuomo pulling that back is putting some respect on it, as the rapper says, because you just cannot come into another man's city and tell that man in that city what you're going to do. He needed to get on the same page with the mayor, de Blasio, and say, here's my idea, here are my ideas, and let's see if we can put this together. So de Blasio pulled rank and said, not in my city, you don't.
They're more worried about their egos and their resumes than results.
True.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
John, real quick, what's the next step? Anything happen to this? When's the budget closed?
We're going to send these scammers and these pickpocketers to Jersey and get some of our tax dollars back. New York City is a wonderful place, and crime is at an all-time low in New York.
All right.
As for what's next, the budget is due, as it always is, on April Fool's Day. Go figure.
All right. Thank you, John. Appreciate it.